Well, hello, young and the restless, excuse me, daily recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Friday, December the 2nd, 2022. Friday, December the 2nd. I tell you, everybody, this show, it was pretty good today. Not earth shattering. It was really, really cute to me to see Tucker, Devon, and little Dominic. And I'm really happy they actually got a biracial baby because looking at that baby, it looks like it could be Devon and Abby's, a mixture of their genes. So they did a really good job with that. And just Tucker, he was being as sincere as Tucker could be, right? He genuinely was down there at little Dom's level. And I mean, I was really happy with that interactions. And when when Devon said, "Okay, it's time for me to get him his lunch, some rice pudding," and Tucker goes, "Ooh, rice pudding, I want some." And Devon is like, "You want rice?" He goes, "Yes, I love rice pudding." He goes, "Okay, rice pudding for two." That was cute. That was funny to me. So Tucker was trying to get more into Devon's personal life, and Devon was I got a little piece of dry skin here, and Devon wasn't letting him um, get that deep because he doesn't want to really get into. They're not telling him or Abby what happened. Which okay, look, you don't actually publicize that, right? But that was just a really cute interaction. In my mind, I'm thinking, don't let Abby come early to pick up Dominic because see, she would come early to pick him up just so she and Devon could hit the couch, right? And she'd find Tucker. Abby would have a fit. But the funny thing is, Devon wouldn't have it. Devon won't let Abby tantrum out on him and it sway him. It really won't. Because he'll let her know, I'm sorry you feel that way, but that's my father. Okay. And I'm with him and Dominic. So it's okay. Because let's not talk about your father. Okay. See, Abby don't want to, she's so two-faced with that. So Victor and Tucker are the same in business. Ruthless, will steal a company from beneath you, will try to crush their enemy. They're both the same. And Abby says family first. Well, Devon said family first. That's my family. That's my father, Abby. But we'll see what happens with that. So now we have Nikki, Ashley, Phyllis. You know, they are shocked that she went ahead and contacted Jeremy Stark and told Jeremy where Diane was. And they're like, oh no, Phyllis. And she's like, that's what we wanted. I just went into action. Do you know the work I had to go through to get contact information on him? And so they said, well, I hope you didn't tell him who you are. She goes, I used a burner phone. I'm smarter than that. So now they're worried. Well, Phyllis and Ashley are worried. Phyllis never gets worried too much about anything until it completely backfires. When it completely backfires, then Phyllis starts to worry. So like I said, we left off, Kyle telling Summer, oh, it was going to have to, they're going to have to rein Phyllis in and Diane, Phyllis and Nikki and Ashley and whatever. And so Summer was still like, we don't know that my mother's done anything, but Summer's going to be hurt when she finds out her mother did. When she finds out her mother did. Because at the end of the show, Diane, Jack, she goes, Jack, would you like to have lunch? And Jack looked at her and he goes, how about dinner? And I thought, Jack Abbott, Jack, remember? Jack, kind of a between donkey and a horse, Jack. So she goes, well, yeah, dinner's fine. So he goes, why don't you head over to the house? I got a few things to I work out here at work, and then I'll be home. Now, for one, Jack's not going to cook dinner. They're not having dinner at the house. Why wouldn't you tell Diane? Here's where they're going to go, society. Why don't you go to society and meet me there? Why didn't he tell her that? Right? They let this woman be alone in that house way too much, which is why she's getting ready to say, this is my house too. So she runs into the pack of three, Nikki, Phyllis, Ashley, and boy, is she just as smug as she wanna be, talking about, yeah, Jack's behind me, Kyle's behind me, they're gonna protect me. I have won. Matter of fact, Jack's on his way here. We're going out to dinner. And Nikki goes, all right, I'm leaving. And Ashley's like, me too. And Phyllis looks at Diane and she just looks at her. And Nikki and Ashley are looking like, don't say nothing, Phyllis. Don't say nothing, Phyllis. And Phyllis goes, enjoy yourself. And Diane kind of, the looks in her eyes, whenever she kind of shifts her eyes, she doesn't know what's happening. She's like, oh, wait, what's going on? Because this is not the response that I was expecting. And Phyllis just turned, grabbed her purse and her jacket, her coat, and she walked out with Ashley and Phyllis. And Diane was sitting there like, okay, what move did they just make? So Diane is up flipping her hair in the mirror in the living room, and the doorbell rings. And I said, uh-oh, bingo. I knew it was Jeremy Stark before she went to the door. Sure enough, Diane opens the door and it's Jeremy Stark. And the look in her eyes, she kind of takes a swallow, goes, hello, Diane. And she's like, Jeremy. And I'm thinking, ooh, he's going to be handsome, suave, debonair. Here's the deal. Jeremy went to jail. Wouldn't that be a twist of fate if Diane was the one really behind all of the money laundering and Jeremy took the fall for her? See, we only heard her version of the story. Because what was awfully strange for me, according to her version of the story, he just had her under his thumb. He was blackmailing her. She couldn't do anything. But isn't it interesting? The last scene that they had Diane thinking about was when he called her to that restaurant and he told her, the feds are onto me. They're after me. You're in the clear, but leave now, and just get away. Isn't that something you would say to your boss, right? And that's something you'd say to the boss versus someone you didn't give a doggone about and was blackmailing her and making her life miserable. You would have her sitting right there with you, wouldn't you? We shall see. There is way more to the story. Like, for one, she probably is married to him. But for two, he knows a whole lot more, because that look was a look of fear to me. Not the look of fear that he's going to kill me. It's the look of fear that a whole lot's going to come out. And he's going to blow up my spot, because Jack's on his way right now to take me out to dinner. But the bad news is going to be when Diane lets everybody know that Phyllis or Ashley or Nikki or all three of them told Jeremy Stark exactly where she was. And here's the deal. Why would you say you find her at the Abbott house? Even though she does act like she lives there. She's there all the time. But that was really stupid of Phyllis. You're going to send this man to the house where your daughter lives, where her husband lives, and her child. That was really ridiculously stupid, because Diane stays at the athletic club. That's where you would have sent the man, to the athletic club, not to the Abbott house. I was like, whoa, wrong door, right? So we shall see next week, because they had scenes for next week's Young and the Restless, and Summer was ripping Phyllis a new one, and Phyllis is like, I didn't do that, and I'm thinking, Phyllis is good at that, at denying that she did or didn't do something. Well, she's just good at Diane about denying guilt. I mean, denying her actions. So anyway, that's going to be interesting. And then we had the blah blah blah, the Victor warning Nicholas about Sally. He goes, it's always a competition between you and your brother. This woman, Spectra, she's not worth it. I have dug into her past. I have a whole dossier on what she's done. And Nick is like, yeah, she's done some colorful things, but she's not that person anymore. And the funny thing to me is, as I'm thinking about their conversations, Sally only said, I've done things in my past that I'm not proud of, to Nick. But to Adam, she told her whole life story. Adam knows everything about Sally and accepted her for who she is, because they were both plotting and scheming against Victoria and Ashley, So Adam can accept Sally for Sally. Nick, no, she's changed, and I've seen the change. But see, what if that change isn't real, Nick? Because you only love the changed, or what you perceive as the changed version of Sally. But Sally is still Sally. And Adam loves the down and dirty, cross the line Sally. So anyway, remember we said there's going to be a baby triangle. They had to have bumped into each other 2 times today at Society, because she's using Society as her office, versus she's at the Grand Phoenix, right? Remember when Phyllis owned the Grand Phoenix? Everybody had their business meetings right there in the Grand Phoenix lobby, didn't they? I'm thinking, goodness, everybody's meeting in that lobby. Nobody has an office. Sally could go right there. If she want to get work done, work in the Grand Phoenix lobby. You working at a restaurant. You're occupying a table and or the bar all day long. Wow. Okay, so Adam comes back. And then he's like, look, we need to really finish this conversation. Let's finish it privately. Soon as they walked through Sally's hotel room door, I said, bingo. They're getting ready to sleep together. Within 3 weeks, Sally Spector will be pregnant. And here's the funny thing. We're going to have both brothers claiming that baby. See, when Christian's mother, and I'm trying to think of her name, Sage, when Sage was pregnant, Nick thought it was his. Adam had a feeling it could have been his, but Sage told Adam not to say anything. And as a matter of fact, they didn't let us in on the fact that it could have been Adam's baby till at the end of Sage's storyline, when she told him, or it came out that Adam knew the Christian was his. And that's when Sharon, was involved with that whole baby situation thing going on. Sharon's involved with everybody else's baby situation. And then, you know what? She wonders why her own baby gets switched. Come on, Sharon. But anyway, this is back to what it's all about, because Sally admitted she still loves Adam. We all knew that. He just hurt her badly. But she can't shake the way he makes her feel. And look, you mean he makes you feel exciting? He makes you feel alive? He makes you feel like, wow, I think we can figure out which brother is better in the sack, right? Adam. Oh my goodness. So anyway, we'll see where this goes on Monday. They're going to end up in the sack. And you know what Sally's going to say? This was a mistake. This is a mistake. And Adam's like, no, it wasn't a mistake. It was, but she's going to pretend it's a mistake because now she's going to say, oh, no, 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 I want Nick. Oh, no, 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 I was confused. No, no, no. Now stop it. So that was it for the Young and the Restless on Friday. Nothing else really happened. Let's go to comment corner. Where is my comment corner? I did not have that queued up, but I'm getting ready to queue it up right now because we had a few interesting comments on comment corner, everybody. Comments, here we go. Comment corner. Carrie Joe says, I don't think Billy is meant for the corporate world. Maybe he could be a social worker. No, Billy is not. He never has been a corporate person. Annette says, will Summer be in danger due to her mommy's mouth? Yes, she will. And Dito says, I just love it when your own dialogue to such when you add your own dialogue to such a boring episode. When you were talking about Connor, I rolled my eyes and I thought to myself, what the H? Did she watch the same episode as me? LOL. Yeah, I know I made fun of that scene. But anyway, Billy's new addiction is Chelsea. Yes, he gets addicted to situations and things. I am getting tired of Billy and Adam's verbal pissing contest, LOL. I'm sure there's something else the writers could write about. And if Billy asked me again what happened upstairs, I would have taken the opportunity to really mess with his head. I would have told him Chelsea hit on me and we hit the sheets, LOL. That would have given Adam something to think about. Actually, Billy something to think about. And then Libby says, OTOH. And then he goes, another one daily recap lady for me to look up because I don't know. I'm thinking, is she talking about One Life to Live? But no. So I will have to look that up. How many times is Lily going to harp on Billy? Why she kept her out of the loop from the beginning? This is getting as repetitive as The Bold and the Beautiful for weeks. No, we're not going to talk about no Bold and the Beautiful. I watched it this past week, to wrap up the whole poor little Douglas had to snitch on his daddy. I mean, oh, goodness gracious. I get so sick of that storyline. For weeks, I had Dollar Bill screaming, and when they had Dollar Bill screaming at Liam, he couldn't admit that he's running over to the bar every day, right? Which he is, drinking. And then Libby says, you win the Emmy for the portrayal of Diane and for the pretend intervention between Billy and Chelsea. That was really Lily and Chelsea helping her dust. ROTFL. You guys and your acronyms now, you're getting ridiculous. Another one for the daily recap lady to look up. I think we might be surprised that Jeremy isn't as dangerous as Diane is making him out to be. And if they're married, which I suspect, she wants him far away. She wants to be as far away from him as possible to keep it a secret. The most useful thing that Chelsea told Connor was that she wasn't ashamed of her illness. I know it was so important, but I still think Chelsea needs more than that 72-hour hold. Well, I think she needs more outpatient therapy than she's getting now that she's out. It needs to be daily. It really does. Because she's still struggling with those negative conversations in her mind and isn't turning to her therapist or doctor about them. And that's how I feel about that. I've been thinking the same thing about Jeremy, Sherry said. Now, that last comment about the 72-hour in Chelsea was from Libby. So that is it for Comment Corner, everybody. I will be back on Monday with another daily recap for the Young and the Restless.